Hey, this is Shock44. Well, what's up? This is going to be me starting over with the character hack thing. Since some of you did not understand my first video about character hacks, I'm going to make this as clear and as fast as possible. Okay, not really fast because that'd be too fast. I'm going to make this as very clear and concise. So, let's talk about this, okay? First of all, this is what your SD card should look like. When you open up your SD card, you might have other folders here, depending on what you have on your SD card. But what you should have, the most important folders are apps and private. Apps is where you keep Gecko OS, Riivolution, and whatever kind of other applications / programs that you have on your Wii that you can boot up with the homebrew channel. Now, all you need to worry about for Brawl Hacks is that you have your Gecko OS or your Riivolution configured correctly. Now, there have been some people asking me, like, hey, I don't have the codes that you have. I don't know where to find the codes. Well, I'll leave some codes in the description for you if you're going to use Gecko OS. But all you really need is unrestricted camera and unlimited replays and the file patch code. That's all you need to make this work well. Like, you don't really need anything else unless you want to have like some messed up codes that do a bunch of random weird stuff that would probably mess up your file hacks. Anyway, Riivolution does let you use unrestricted camera and unlimited replays codes. So yeah, you can just put those in there, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so let me try to show you this real quick because I want to make sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so you have Gecko OS right here. That's what it looks like. Just keep it in the folder, and then you have a codes folder. Codes folder is in your SD card, and you go to it, and I have a lot of different kinds of different versions of code thingies here, but you should be able to just have one GCT that says RSBE01, or if you're in PAL, you do RSBP01.gct, and that'll be in your codes folder. That's for Gecko OS. And if you are going to just use Riivolution, then only then you will only need the GCT with the unrestricted camera and the unlimited replays. You don't need the file patch code because Riivolution does the file patch code for you without codes. Okay, so refer to my Riivolution tutorial for the Riivolution stuff. I'm just going over this a little bit to make sure you guys understand what I talked about in the Riivolution tutorial. But go back to that first before you watch this. Okay, and the Gecko OS one. Okay, so we have a bunch of crap in here. We don't need these. Those are just blah. Okay, so we have some template. We have the XML files and stuff, and this is all you really need is the Ocarina XML, and you gotta have that turned on when you go into the Riivolution application, and then you have to have the Smash Bros. Files thing or template, whatever it is, the file patch code one turned on. That's all you need turned on, and then it'll read from your codes folder that you want your unrestricted camera and unlimited replays, and then it'll work. But Gecko OS needs the replacement code, so file patch code, whatever. And that's pretty much it. I'll put some links to download those codes and stuff in the description for you, so you can have that. And now we're going to go over characters. But first, I'm going to tell you this. Okay, I'm going to tell you about character hacks, and probably I'm going to try to put in stage hacks too in this. Like tell you how to put them in your folders and make them work. Okay, so now this is what you should have. You should have private Wii app RSBE or RSBP for PAL users, and then PF, and then you should have these folders: Fighter, Menu 2, Sound, Menu, System, Module, Info, Info 2, and Stage. And then inside Stage, there should be a Melee folder. And that's not for just Melee stages, that's for all the stages in Brawl, except for the, what's that called? Subspace Emissary, yeah. That's the folders you should have. If you don't have those folders, make them now, right click, new folder. I didn't think you guys would know how to do that. And just, make them. And then, what you need to do is you gotta be like, okay, I'm on Brawl Vault. What characters do I want? Well, let's see what's new. View all. Lucas with the cap. That's interesting. That's just Ness recolored. Well, anyway, I'm not here to poke at any hacks. I'll show you how to download this. Okay, so click on it, and what does it say? It says that file is fitness05.pcs. That means that PCS. That means that character will work offline, but if the character has a PAC at the end, that means it will only work online. So if you want to play the character hack online and offline, you have to have PCS and PAC. I don't know why Nintendo did that. It's really dumb, but they did that. Online uses the PAC and offline uses PCS. So you download it and fit NES05. That means that just save it and then go to the folder, cut, and then make a folder in the Fighter folder called NES. Paste the file in there, and that means that it is over NES's 5th color slot, and I don't know what color that is. I don't really know. The only way to find out is to just try different colors and see what they are, or look it up somewhere. There's a list somewhere, but I'm not really sure where it is. I kind of lost the list. So you're gonna have to put it in there and see what color is 5 and what color is 4. Some characters go from like they skip a number, like they go from 1, 3, 5. They don't go 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of them skip 4 or skip 2. It's weird, but anyway. So there's your hack. There's one hack. That's a texture hack. Texture hacks mean that the character is just colored differently. They didn't move anything. They didn't reshape it. Reshaping is called vertex hacking, but this is not a reshaping. This is a texture hack, which means they just change the colors, and those ones work online, no problem. But vertex hacks, however, you need to have your friend or your friends have the vertex hacks on their Brawl also when you play with them, or else you'll desync. Desyncing is where memories don't match up, and then you guys start. One person starts dying continuously on their side, and you're like, "Why are you dying?" I'm like, "I'm not dying. Why are you dying?" Ah, that's called desync. It's where you just aren't synced up with each other, and the game's like, "What? Why'd you put a vertex hack in here? I can't figure out how to get the hitboxes because the hitboxes aren't matching, because the vertexes change the hitboxes of the characters because they're molded differently now. So you gotta have the same hacks if you want to do vertex hacks. But if you have texture hacks, you don't have to worry about that. If you have vertex hacks, you gotta have the same vertex hacks with your friend. Okay, so next we have Princess Daisy final version. Okay, that looks interesting. Let's get it. And since this is a zip file, it's a zip file. It's not a PCS or PAC. It's a zip file. So we open it with WinRAR or WinZip, whatever zip thingy you have, and then you wait for it to download. So you see all these files, and you're like, whoa! Okay. There's a README in here that you could follow. Look at this README, okay? You gotta read this stuff if you want to know what to do and not have to listen to me. Everything goes in PF Fighter Peach, except the BRSTMs, which are music files. At the end of this video, I'm going to expect you to know exactly what to do when you see files like this. When you open up a download from Brawl Vault and you see the files, you should know exactly where to put them. Okay? You see all this fit stuff? All this fit stuff goes in the Peach folder. So it goes in one of the folders in the fighter folder. Depending on what character you are replacing, it goes in that folder. We were replacing Peach with Daisy, so we put it in Peach's folder, and then we select all the ones that say fit. I accidentally held down Control instead of Shift, so push Shift, not Control. And then I'm going to a different folder to put my stuff in, but you should go to your SD card and then go to Private Wii, App, RSBE, or RSBP, and then PF, and then Fighter, and then Peach. And then after you do that, Peach has now been replaced with Daisy. There's something in here that says Attack Guide. It tells you all the attacks that you can do. These are sound files. These sound files are BRSTM. They are the sound. They are music. They are music files that you can use to change music. People sometimes give you that so that the theme of the person will be changed in some way. These would go in, let's see, that would go in your SD card, Private Wii, App, RSB, PF, Sound folder. Put it in the Sound folder, Sound folder, and then make a new folder /STRM. I think that's what you do. Double check. STRM, yeah. So for music, you go to sound and then STRM and then put your music in there. So after that, we have two characters we have replaced. Ness has a new texture, and Peach is now Daisy. Character selection screen. These are just pictures. I'll go over that later. I'll go over what you do with that later. So now that you know how to put where to put certain files with characters, it should be really easy for you now. I mean, let's look at that shadow hack, shall we? Because I know a lot of people are gonna be like, I want to get shadow, but I don't know how. It's easy. I just showed you what to do. Okay, let's go to the shadow hack. Where is it? There it is. There's the newest one over Donkey Kong. It's the one I haven't reviewed yet, but I'm sure it's similar to the one I reviewed. After we have opened up the zip file in our zip program, we see a bunch of crap. For SC cell character, that's for the selection screen. Don't worry about that right now. Don't worry about these files. All you need to look at is it says PF. Look at PF. There's all the crap for the game, for the character. Make sure all the files check out to be what they should be called, which are 0 whatever, and then without zeros, and then entry, final, and motion, etc. Those should be the only files in there. If it doesn't have entry or final or